Growing up, I've really learned that negativity is something that is really bad for a human being and for growth. Everyone you're negative about anything and everyone you fear risks, it is something that really haunts you and keeps you back. It doesn't accept you more. But that's not what has brought us here today. We've come to continue on our series of self-esteem. So today we are looking at something so special and nice that before I forget, I have my yango here than we are looking at the types of self-esteem. We are going to talk about majorly two. That is the low esteem and a healthy esteem. I don't want normally calling it a high esteem. No, I call it a healthy because it is healthy. It is okay to have it. So it's what we are going to basically talk about today, and we are going to talk about how you could know if you have a low esteem, if it's happening to you, how you can detect and try to fight it, and if you have a healthy one, how you can know that you have a healthy one and continue fighting for having a healthy one, that someone else doesn't come and take you back to the low end. So we are beginning with low self-esteem. How do I get to know that I have a low self-esteem? How do I get to know that it is happening to me? The first thing you see is difficulty in accepting positive feedback. You always think anyone that brings feedback to you is a threat. You always think anyone that brings positive feedback to you is actually not liking what you do. Maybe they don't like you, maybe they are fighting you. Actually, most of the times, positive feedback is good. So if you see that you are getting to fight positive feedback, my dear, look through it and wake up so that you don't overly remain in that end that is not beautiful. And even normally, telling you that you need to change this, there is this happening to you, and it is right. It is good to welcome positive feedback. It helps one to grow. Even when you're handling business, you look at very many restaurants that are really serious about their business. When you get to them after eating and after enjoying their meal, or you did not enjoy, they normally ask, how was the meal? How was the food? So I had to give them feedback and tell them, you know what, the rice was not good, but the beef was okay. So that next time when you come back, you find they have prepared something well for you. So the first one that we have looked at is difficulty in receiving positive feedback. The second one, number two, is you find it hard to appreciate yourself. Most of the times you feel like whatever you do is not enough. You feel like you do not look good, you do not do things like they are supposed to be, you are this, you're that, you're negative about yourself, you do not really appreciate yourself. Not even a minute can you come back from work, can you get home, or even after preparing a meal if you're a lady and you say, oh my god, I am glad what I did was super. You never appreciate yourself. You feel like you're less of a person every time, and when you do not appreciate yourself, you even begin when, most especially when you're in a relationship, you find yourself being desperate because you don't appreciate yourself. You think even the people around you, even the person you're relating with, does not appreciate you, so you think of doing so many things to be appreciated just because you don't appreciate yourself. Being grateful is always something that begins by you. When you appreciate yourself, you will feel like the whole world is appreciating you because you know what you're capable of, you know who you are. So appreciating oneself is something so important. And if you feel you're not appreciating yourself, Better wake up, because you might be going through low self-esteem. And if you have tried to work it out yourself and it is failing, look for professional help. Our number 3 is underlooking yourself. You find that even when you're supposed to rate yourself good, you rate yourself ugly, bad, worst. You never have a good of yourself. You really underlook what you are. You underlook what you can do. You underlook your journey. You think everywhere you have moved from A to Z is not worth it. You're underlooking yourself. You're underlooking everything that you have. It is such a bad thing to underlook yourself, because if you underlook yourself, what will other people do? You expect other people to respect you, to look at you with that high esteem and all that. No one is going to look at you like that if you do not really look at yourself like that. So we should really look into that and also stop underlooking ourselves. The other thing that is common, like all of us face it, fearing failure, yet it is a good thing. We normally run away everyone we see failure smelling, yet it is a good thing. Sometimes you need to try, and when things fail, put your head on the pillow. Yeah, if you've got to cry, cry and speak to yourself. Speak to yourself, and you're like, okay, this time that I've tried to make ends meet and it has failed, while I'm doing this, what else can I do? Failure is not the end of the world. It is actually the first thing that shows you that you are really working hard. Because if you are not trying, then how would you fail? People that do not fail most of the time are not doing anything. Do not admire them. They're not doing anything in life. They are just seated in one place, being comfortable in their zone. But when you try not to be comfortable and try harder, failure is going to look for you. Failure is going to meet you. But then you will get up from the failure and learn to do much more better things. And you are going to be better. People that have gone through failure are the number one good people in life. Because they have seen it all. They know that if I do like this, I'm going to fail, because last time I failed. It's a lesson that you can't go back to the very place that you went through. Maybe if it is a relationship, or it is a book that you've been reading, or it is the books that you've been reading as a student, master's degree, diploma, or even a high school child, and you realize that in a particular semester, in a particular term, you tried to read during the night prep, and you failed. Try another way out. So you clearly know that when I do this, I'll fail, because I tried it last time and failed. So it's a lesson. I can't try it again. This time around, let me try this way. You know, someone that has gone through failure is someone that can never fail again, because they have learned their lessons and they are not regretting. Failure doesn't call for regret. They are lessons you've learned. Lessons you've learned so that you can move on. You know, I love so much relating with the Bible. The Bible gives you a lot of strength and a lot of positivity. It builds your faith. That most of the times when you get to a point where you have failed and you feel you're really broken, go to the Bible, read some scriptures, get energy and feel like I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Then why will you fail if there is a superior, a person that is supernatural, that is really on your side? Why would you fail? Let's go to the next point. Now this one is our last one. Focusing on your weakness and faults. You know, as human beings, we all have weaknesses. I have weaknesses, you have weaknesses, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife has weaknesses. But it's better you embrace them, like you get to know them. That you know what? My problem is I have lugambo. I'm just giving an example. My problem is I gossip. So after realizing that you gossip, what should you do to avoid it? Stop over talking. Stop overindulging in small groups so that you could be a better person. Do not look anyway. That is by the way that I can't really take for a weakness, because I don't take lugamo for a weakness. You should make a choice of not talking about people. You should make a choice of not being here and there all over people. That's a by the way. That actually will be a topic for another time. But the thing is, you know, focusing on your weaknesses and your faults all the time keeps you lagging behind. You always look at those faults and think you can't do anything better. Yeah, that's just a fault that has happened. That's just a wrong that has happened. It is one. There is something better that you can pick out as a lesson from your faults, as a lesson from your weakness, and move on for a better and to a better place, and for better things. Stop fearing risks. Stop fearing decisions. Decisions in life are so important. You can never change your life if you do not make decisions. Whether they are hard, whether you feel that you are first going to cry and take some time healing, make that decision. Thank you for keeping with Care Spaces. That was it for the low self-esteem. And next time we are going to look at a healthy esteem and get to know how you detect that you have one. And in case you want to really have a healthy one, you can go and look into the past video. Actually, it was the video before this one. It really has a lot to talk about on how you can help one or yourself on issues to do with a healthy esteem. I will love you. Keep following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Care Spaces. And in case you want to talk to us, you could email us on carespaces@gmail.com.